Greetings everyone, aJunctionReview here, and today I have another review video, although this time it's a little bit different. So, as some of you may know, I've recently reviewed Dinos Discoveries and Tale of the Brave recently on my channel. So I had the thought, well, what did TrackMaster release that would correspond to, the whole Dinos Discoveries and like Tale of the Brave, just the general theming of dinosaurs and whatnot. So I came to the conclusion that Alsted Castle, Sodor Museum, and Samson were, well, perhaps the only pieces of merchandise that could ever be used to entice into the theming of such a thing. Now, personally, I don't think Alsted Castle really works that well, but it is where the dino park is in the CGI era, so there's not much logic to this. But first, we'll give a run on Samson on TrackMaster 1 track, which I have modified slightly by filing the bottom portion of his chassis so he can actually run on the TrackMaster classic tracks. Because, oh boy, is TrackMaster 2 tracks a pain to set up with, and I have very few amounts of those. But we'll let Samson do his thing, and in fact, I was going to give him more rolling stock, but because TrackMaster 2 engines are weaklings, that was not an option. Now, as Samson does his loop around the track, we'll take a quick look at the Sodor Museum. Now, this was released in 2008 by the HiT toy company, and it was supposed to be a tie-in with Rheneas and the Dinosaur from Season 9. And it's quite a nice piece, got a lot of nice detailing on it, I have to say. Very well done. It's got some nice, it's got some nice neoclassical detailing on the front from the 18th century, which I know is so absurd and random, but whatever. And here, of course, you can see the dinosaur actually moves and functions. You can spin his tail around, you can make him move around, and then you've got a nice crest up there, the S for Sodor and all that. So, it's got nice detailing. I like it's just, yeah, it's a good piece. They didn't have to put that much detail on it, but of course, it is a museum. And they also have the flying buttresses out too for the column. I'll put an image on screen with the correct name, but it's quite funny to me as someone who's taking an architecture class. It's like, oh hey, they did the specific pole thing for the specific building. It's like they did not have to be this accurate for such a lackluster children's toy, to be honest. The reason I say lackluster is I do have one main criticism of this toy. And it's a pretty big one because it's like, it looks great from the front, nice detail, but you look at the back and it sucks. Like, this is just lazy. Like, I guess the solution is to buy just 2 of them, but oh my gosh, it is bad. Just like, really? You couldn't put that just extra little bit of detail in the back? Like, really? Just, yeah. It's my one main complaint with the model. As you may see, I have one new in the box. Well, kind of new in the box, at least. Mine's pretty beaten up. And I'll remove the other one, and I'll show you inside the box. It actually comes with something else you wouldn't recognize right away, but it comes actually with a piece of track, a stop-and-go switch. Now, on release, this is okay, since it's meant to expand your TrackMaster set, but one thing that does slightly annoy me is that Rheneas is shown on the box artwork, as you can see down towards the bottom, but yet he isn't actually included with, and it's like, they could have made this better by, gee, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, there's Rheneas. Yeah, TrackMaster Rheneas would have been smart, especially since he was only released for a couple of years and he's a new character by this point. So if you included him with like a dinosaur thing, well, hey, that would have been kind of smart because, kids generally like dinosaur things. So to put the new character with the new dinosaur toy thing and that actually moves, it would be smart. Also, the fact that they advertise him on the back too with like an actual TrackMaster Rheneas, it's like, really? They couldn't have just put an actual TrackMaster Rheneas with it? Okay. He's also actually one of the better looking narrow gauge TrackMaster engines, which is quite astonishing since they do not usually look that nice for the most part. But yeah, I think the TrackMaster Museum overall is pretty decent. It's a nice piece for the background, but not for the foreground, I would say. Now, as for Samson himself, he's one of the better TrackMaster 2 engines, but he suffers from the same problems of being too long. And because I can't really criticize being no open cab, but like at the same time, you could have done a shorter chassis, and it's like the same fall off with all the TrackMaster 2 engines, is that just like, they all should have the same chassis, they can't do anything specific or unique, but yeah, if I was to make this like a TrackMaster 2 set, this is what I would do. I'd include like more, actually not TrackMaster 2 set, but like I'd include more rolling stock, maybe the Ferris wheel, make it like look like an actual fairground or whatever, but yeah, if this was actually released back in the day, it'd go for exuberant prices, because a lot of components, but anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This has been aJunctionReview. I hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on TrackMaster 2 Samson and the HiT toy company Sodor Museum. Bye-bye for now.